everybody here mostly knows me, but for those who don't, my name's Carrie Ann McCoy. I'm the athletic director here at West Fernando Christian. And we've had some changes in our girls basketball program, so I wanted to, or actually your coach wanted to hold this meeting to just be upfront with you and what to expect this year, and then answer any questions you may have. So I just wanted to introduce him to you. This is Coach Dale Girardin. He's going to talk a little bit about himself, but he has had some experience coaching girls before, and we're really looking forward to working with him this year. So this is Coach Dale.
This is probably my least favorite part of the job, if you will, talking about myself. I don't like talking about myself, but most of you don't know me. Again, my name is Coach Dale. I am a youth pastor. I'm one of the youth leaders up at Christian Church in Wildwood, where we have our practices up at CCW. I've been in youth ministry for about 10 years. I am married. I have 4 kids, 3 of which are girls. So I kind of have a little bit of insight into what I'm getting myself into. I do have a couple of the girls that are in the youth ministry already. So I played high school basketball all the way through, played all of the college. I did coach girls in, I don't know what year it was, have coached other sports, but it's been a little while, so bear with us. One other person that's actually here, Brian over here, is going to be my assistant, along with my wife, Maureen, who could not be here. Baby's had 2 of the girls had a doctor appointment. Do I really need this thing? Can you guys see it from the back?
You need it.
Okay. My wife Maureen will be helping us out, and then Haley, another young lady who played high school basketball, who is going to help us out, at least with the varsity practices, and we'll get into practice schedule a little bit. So that's me in a nutshell. Again, it's probably one of my least favorite things to do is talk about myself. But so, like Coach Malloy said, I wanted to introduce myself, talk a little bit about the program, talk about where we're going to go this year and in the future. I was around last year, watched a lot of the games, hung out. Like I said, have some of the girls that are in our youth group. So I just, because of them, started coming and hanging out and getting involved. So I've seen a little bit of what went on last year. I don't want to compare anything that has been done by anybody. I don't want to use last year's as anything other than we got a lot of work to do. And I think that can be said at the beginning of any season by any coach anywhere. We have a lot of work to do. One of the first times I met with Coach Malloy, she asked me my philosophy. I said, if you're not going to try and win, don't play. But beyond that, we are Christians first. That is, as a youth pastor, someone who's been in youth ministry, that is my number one passion, that is my heart, that is my number one goal, is that whether our girls are Christians or not, one thing I didn't say is I went to a small Christian school in upstate New York, very similar to West Fernando. So I understand a lot of the challenges, I understand a lot of the hiccups and the road bumps and all of that. But so whether our girls are saved, profess to be saved or not, I'm still going to hold them to a higher standard because we represent the school in everything we do. We represent Christ in everything we do. Whether it's the jerseys we wear, the shirts we wear, that's who we are. So to me, Christian character is the biggest thing to look for. With our JV squad, we're going to get back to fundamentals. We are going to do a lot of fundamentals. That's what we're going to focus on. With varsity, we're going to work on fundamentals too. Again, not have worked with any of the girls yet. I don't know where they're all at. Just from observing from last year, I have an idea where some of the girls are at. But when we get in the gym, we're going to start with fundamentals. That you guys are going to hear me say that a lot. Back to basics. With varsity, we want to win. I want to win. Like I said, that's why play the game if you're not going to at least try to win, to do your best. So I'm going to push you. We're going to run. We're going to run, and then we're going to run some more. We're going to work hard. I'm going to yell. I'm going to hoot. I'm going to holler. At the end of the day, don't look at me like that, Sydney. At the end of the day, we're going to try and have some fun. Those of the girls that know me know that when it's time to joke around, when it's time to play around, I'm the first one in line. I'm the biggest kid there is. I love to pull pranks. I love to pull jokes and mess around. But when it's time to get to work, it's time to buckle down and get to work. So we in our coaches meeting, we have completely avoided this term, and I promised I wasn't going to say it, but I don't think I can get away with not saying it. I don't want to look at this year as a rebuilding year, but as a new coach, as a lot of new players coming in, we're starting at ground zero. We're starting at the bottom. And I'm looking forward to next year and the year after. I want to build something here that continues. I don't know what God has in store for me for next year, for next week, for that matter. But I'm looking forward to next year. We're already looking at camps for the summer that we can do. So, like I said, I don't want this to be a rebuilding year, but we're starting at the bottom. We're starting with the basics. Like I said, a couple of things. We are Christians first. Especially you players that are in here. Christians first, students second, team and family comes third. Probably family and then team. And then we're players fourth. And now I'm going to hold you guys to that. I want you to be Christians first, with the way you behave, the way you talk, on and off the court. I want you guys to hold me to that too. Students second. Grades are important to me. I will be checking grades every week. So whether your parents do or not, I will be checking grades because I want to know where you guys are at. I want to know where your grades are at. Make sure that when progress reports come out, there's no surprises for you or for me. The way the academic probation policy here, for those of you who don't know, at the 5 weeks and at the report card, it gets checked. If you're failing, you're out for 2 weeks. I don't want that to happen. I don't want to lose players because you're failing. I will do everything in my power to help you if you're struggling. That's one of the reasons I'm going to be checking grades every week. I myself am a student. I go to school at Liberty University. So schoolwork is something that we all have to deal with. You guys aren't on your own on that. Family, we are going to become a family. I'm going to do everything in my power. Like I said, I have girls, but I don't do drama. I am not a fan of drama at all. So keep it outside the gym. But I'm going to do everything I can to make us a family. We are going to, to the best of my ability, love each other, care about each other, support each other. Friends and team, that's third. That's important. You can't be successful. You can't win. You can't have a good program without being friends, without being a team. And then ball players. I'm going to do what I can. I don't know everything about the game of basketball. I think anybody that says they know everything about anything is selling me something. But I'm a student of the game. I love the game. I played. I had, some of you might rub you the wrong way, but I grew up in upstate New York. I watched a lot of Syracuse basketball. I'm a huge fan, still am, of the Syracuse program. Jim Boeheim is one of my, I don't want to say idols, but I've studied the game just watching him. So I don't want to be the smartest person in the room, which is why I'm bringing in other coaches. I have made a few connections already, and this is stuff that is still in the works, but Johnson University, Christian College, out in Kissimmee, I've already been to some of their practices and talked to their coach. We got a lot of things in the works there. Eastern Florida State, I think, junior college, JUCO, out in Melbourne. I've been in touch with their coach. Some things in the works there. 2 weeks ago, I don't know if you guys saw it on the Facebook page, I went out to USF, made a bunch of connections there, so I'm still a student. I'm still learning, and I hope that is the same for you guys. Don't ever stop learning. Don't ever stop pushing yourselves, and that's how we're going to grow together. Like I said, I want to win, but it's not the most important thing. Push come to shove. On the court, yes, that's the most important thing. Well, our girls and guys, I hope, coming out of this season, out of high school, be successful human beings. I think as parents, we'd all agree that that's what we want for our kids, to be successful, productive members of society. Leadership, having and displaying strong Christian values, being a team player, being a good communicator, thinking of others first, learning how to win and lose gracefully. Unfortunately, losing is part of the game. I hate to lose. My wife will not play Monopoly with me because I'm such a sore loser. But we have to learn, especially as representing our school, representing Christ, we have to learn how to win and lose gracefully. Parents, I want you to know that I have your back. If there's an issue at home, if there's an issue at school, come to me. I don't know what I can do, but we can team up. We got to be partners. That's why we're having this meeting, because I want to be upfront with you guys. I do my best to be open and honest and upfront. I want the same from you. If there's an issue, in a minute I'll give you guys my phone number. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook. If there's an issue, come to me. If you don't like the way I'm doing something, come and talk to me first. If you're afraid to talk to me, go to Coach Malloy, but come to me first. Well, we have to be partners in this. But again, like I said, I already told you guys, I'm checking grades. And that's not for my benefit, I got better things to do. That's also to help you. So if there's an issue with grades, come and tell me. If there's a doctor's appointment and your girl can't make practice, shoot me a text, call me up. Hey, if they just don't show up, that's an issue. Girls, I already said that we're going to grow, we're going to work together, we're going to win. I'm going to respect you as much as you respect me. So when we get on the court, just do what I say. Sometimes you're going to hate me because some of the drills that we're going to run are going to hurt. We're going to run a lot. But there's a reason behind what we're going to do. Again, we want to win. We're going to train hard. As of right now, experience or not, no one is guaranteed a spot on the team. I know that kind of sounds weird because it's a Christian school and we have to love everybody. No one's guaranteed a spot on the team. Those that make the team, everyone will have a role. Whether it's your starter, you play every minute of every game all season, whether you're on the practice squad and all you do is come to practice and help those who dress get better. Which, if that's your role, that's an important role, because if I have somebody that gets hurt and I need to pull from somebody, I can pull off my practice squad and say, hey, you've been busting your butt in practice, you've been killing it, you've been learning, you've been listening to everything I say, now you're on the starting team, all right? I know the practice squad to some of you might sound new. It's a new idea to a lot of people that I've talked to. It's something that if we have the numbers, again, I went to a small Christian school, I understand that we don't have an abundance of people. I know we're not going to be turning a lot of people away. But my hope, my goal is to actually have a practice squad. And when I say practice squad, I mean somebody, a group of 3 to 6 girls that come to practice, and their job is to practice with the team. Mostly varsity. Probably won't do a practice squad with JV. But that's your job, and that's an important role. I know it's not as glamorous because you don't get a uniform and you don't get to dress and you don't get all the, whatever, but it's still an important role. Even somebody that comes and sits on the bench for most of the season but goes in and gets a three-pointer at the end of the game to put us in the championship. If that's all you did all season, that's awesome. I just said I'm from New York, so again, I know this is going to turn some stomachs, and I'm a Yankee fan, deal with it. There has been, those of you that follow baseball, and you can follow baseball? Okay, all 2 of you, great. The Yankee manager this year is a guy named Aaron Boone. Aaron Boone is known for one thing. He hit a home run in game 6 of the ALDS in 2001, put the Yankees into the World Series. Right? That's the only thing he ever did as a player that's worthy of anything. But that was an important thing, because without his home run, the Yankees wouldn't have made it to the World Series. So what I'm trying to get, and what I'm trying to get at is everybody has a role. Everybody's important. I've already talked to a couple of girls that aren't in this room. We need team managers. We need someone that's going to come and help with get water, help run and chase down balls, help with the book, help keep stats. To me, that's an important role, because without that, I can't do what I do, and then I can't focus on what's going on in the court, and the girls can't play. So if you have questions about that, come see me. And again, in a little bit, I'll open up the questions. But like I said, we need equipment manager, stats, scorebook. We're going to do video every game. We're going to shoot video, and I'm going to post it onto YouTube. And I'm going to encourage everybody to watch game film. So I need someone to run a video camera so I don't have to do that. Expectations. I'm going to hand out, right, can you use that one? I want everybody to see this ahead of time. This is not all-inclusive, but this is the player evaluation for tryouts. I want you guys to see this now so you know next week when we hit the gym what I'm looking for. What my coaches, my assistant coaches, and I have a couple people that are coming just as evaluators to help so you know what we're looking for. I'm looking for attitude. How do the girls handle themselves? How do they talk to each other? How do they talk to us as coaches? How do they talk to their teammates? How do they talk to you as parents? That's something that's important to me. So attitude, hard work, discipline, hustle. I don't like to see people walking on a basketball court. I don't like to see people jogging when they should be sprinting. There's times to jog, there's times to we'll go at half speed. I'm not one of those coaches that is full out all the time. But I want to see hustle. I want to know who's taking it serious. I want to know who's there just to play around and have fun with their friends, and who's there to work hard, and who's there to get the job done. Other things I'm going to look for is leadership, general athleticism. Again, you don't ever have had to play basketball to be on one of the teams. I don't want any of you to think that, well, I've never played basketball, I don't know how to dribble. I don't want you to think you can't make it on the team. We'll teach you. If you're willing to learn, if you're a little bit athletic or even not, if you're willing to learn, if you're willing to do what we say, if you're willing to try hard, if you're willing to put in the work, I'm willing to teach you the best that I can. So, focus, desire, coachability. And I've said this to a couple different people. I would rather have someone who has never played basketball, has no idea what they're doing, but is going to try, who's going to work their butt off, and let me teach them, rather than somebody who's been playing all the way since they were 2 years old, has the best shot, can dribble, can't be guarded by anybody in the league, but doesn't want to learn it. Not that I wouldn't put that person on my team, but I don't want that person on my team. If you're there to be a superstar, you're not going to fit in very well with our team. And again, how do players interact with each other, parents, teammates. So again, you can go through that list. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. I wanted you guys to have it so that you can see, like I said, I'm trying to be as upfront as I can. Even when we get into practices, every day I'm going to have a plan. I'm a little OCD. I like to plan things. I already have the first 30 days of practice scheduled already. This meeting, no offense to anybody, but this meeting for me should have been called like 4 months ago, so we could have got it on the calendar, but that's just me. But I want you guys to see this so that if you've already been working, you can say, all right, this is what I got this, and then I can work on this. And again, if you, as a player or as a parent, if you know that you or your kid can't check anything on here, that's okay. Still come out. As long as you want to learn, as long as you're still going to work with us, still come out. Don't let this scare you. But I wanted you guys to see it so you know what I expect. Next thing is, hey Brock, do you help? Next thing is a couple important dates. There is one thing that I know on here that is already wrong, and I apologize. That is not my fault. And again, I'm not going to point a finger at anybody, but it's part of the school schedule that we did not take into account. Everybody get one? So, a couple important dates. Conditioning, you guys, girls, ladies, I will figure out how to address you. If I call you guys, it's nothing personal, it's just in my head. Thanks, sir. Conditioning tomorrow, not mandatory. None of the conditioning has been mandatory, but tomorrow, 3:15 to 4:15, we're right here on the court. We've had a great turnout. I would love to see more of you girls out there. This Friday, up at CCW, again, not mandatory. This is for guys and girls. This is for anybody. Really just people that want to play basketball, but if your friend wants to come with you, fine. Open gym, 3:30 to 5:30. Again, not mandatory. If you can only make it for half an hour, fine. But it's just a way to run before tryouts start. Selfishly, it's a way for me to see what I'm working with and kind of get a jump on tryouts, because the sooner we get tryouts over, the sooner we can start practice. Tryouts start the week of November 5th. Due to scheduling, CCW, we are a polling facility. They vote up there, so we are not even allowed in the gym. Like, as the staff, if we want to go into the kitchen, we have to go outside and come through the back door. We're not even allowed legally to go in the gym. So Tuesday we'll be here on campus, but Monday, Thursday, Friday, the 5th, 8th, and 9th, we will be up at CCW. I did not put the times on here. Right, 3:30 to 5, I believe. And then practice. Here's where the one thing that I know that is wrong on here, well, besides there's no time for tryouts. Practice, well, I'll come back to when practice starts. All practices will be at CCW, unless otherwise, if something happens and we have to do it here, I will do my best to disseminate that. We're going to do what we call classroom time or whiteboard time. This is for everybody from 2:45 to 3:15, 3:10 to 3:15. That will be in a room here, not sure where yet. Mr. Hand is going to let us get out 15 minutes early. That's going to be, basically we're going to teach. We're going to, depending on where the team is at, depending on where the girls are at, what we need to go over. Some of the girls that have never played basketball before need to know how to read a whiteboard. We call a timeout and get into a huddle, and I'll make it X's and O's, and if they don't know what I'm talking about, that's not good. So we'll teach stuff like that. We'll talk about the drills that we're going to run for that day, or our goals for this week, or what we want to do. So that's what we use that practice time for. That'll be for both JV and varsity. From there will be a van going from here to CCW. That's for anybody that needs a ride. Again, it's only one 15-passenger van, so obviously I can't take 30 girls. JV practices Monday, Thursday, and Friday from 3:30 to 5. That is a 90-minute practice time. That is a short practice time. We are going to work, but we're going to be very intentional about what we do. So we have a plan as coaches, and we are going to do our best to execute that plan. That does not, unfortunately, leave a lot of time for joking around, which, again, I love to do, but in 90 minutes, we got to put some work in. All right, so JV practices Monday, Thursday, Friday. We have classroom time, and then straight up to CCW, 3:30 to 5. Varsity, Monday, Thursday, Friday, also have classroom time. Practice is 5 to 6:30. So those varsity players that drive themselves, that don't need a ride, as long as you're in the gym at 5 o'clock, I'm good with that. You leave here at 3:15, safely do what you need to do, be at the gym at 5 o'clock. If you need a ride, I will not, either JV or varsity, I will not be transporting back. Okay? So I will get them there if they need to, but you guys as parents, I need you to pick up. All right? JV practice, even though I'm there till 6:30, I can't be watching girls past 5, because I literally have a turnaround. There's no time in between. Doesn't mean they can't hang out, but the staff leaves at 5, all the doors are locked at 5. I'm not going to be able to watch. Again, if something happens, text me, say, hey coach, I'm running 5 minutes late, can Sally hang out in the gym? I'll probably put her out in the hallway, but because they're closed practices as far as I'm concerned. And again, we can talk philosophy about that at a different time. So varsity, Monday, Thursday, Friday, 5 to 6:30. Tuesday, no JV practice, but varsity will practice 3:30 to 5:30. All right? It's on there. I think it makes sense. I had like 4 people look at it, and everybody seems to understand it. If there's any changes, I will disseminate that. Saturday practices. I've gotten a lot of pushback about this. We will not have practice every Saturday. In the preseason, meaning before our games actually start, we may have a couple Saturdays. I know family time is valuable. Believe me, I'm a dad. I get it. But we got to put some work in. All right, so there will be some Saturday practices. Once the season starts, we will also have Saturday practices. Again, that is also depending on how hard they work, how our games are going. If we have a game on Friday that I think we should have won and we get blown out, you can better believe we're running for 3 hours of practice. Okay? So again, if that's an issue, just talk to me. Again, I understand. Like I said, I'm a dad, I'm in ministry, my schedule is crazy. Without my calendar, I was joking with Coach Zimmerman before she gave my daughter's cheerleading, and she handed me a paper calendar and said, "Oh, here, take this." I put it in my phone and I gave it back to her, and she's giving me crap about it. I said, I'm going to lose a piece of paper. I'm not going to lose my phone, my calendar. And, every appointment, I mean, it's ridiculous the amount of stuff that I have to do, so it's in my calendar. So believe, all that to say, I understand you guys are busy. I'm not trying to be a dictator about this, but if we want to win, and I think everybody would agree, we want to win, right? We got to put the work in. There are a couple practices, and I can give you the dates now, and I'll post them later. But December, if you want them, December 26th and 27th, again, 2 days after Christmas, and then January 3rd, 4th, and 7th, right around New Year's. We will have practice, right? I hate to say this, but they are not mandatory, okay? But if you are here just sitting around doing nothing, come to practice, all right? If you guys are going out of town, I'm not going to ask you to miss a family trip just to come to practice. But if you're here, we will have practice. Those 5 days, and again, there may be more, but looking at the calendar, those are the 5 that I knew of. I will be in the gym. From whatever time it'll be, I'll be in the gym. I have keys to the building. So if you're around, that will be both, and those will be JV and varsity together. We'll run. All right. The other thing on the bottom of that sheet is my cell phone number. Please take down my cell phone number. Put it in your phone, save it. If there's an issue, text me. If you have a question, call me, text me. If you want to get together, we'll go out and have coffee. That'd be great. A couple things I'm going to ask. Do not call me about issues on game day. Okay? Once we get into the season, if Sally breaks her leg and she can't come to the game, call me. Right? But if you don't like something about something I'm doing, if you have an issue with my coaching or with, she said this about that one, please don't call me on game day about that, okay? And 30 minutes after practice, I'm going to need to get with my coaches. I'm going to need to clean up the gym. We have our schedule, the amount of time we can actually be in the gym at CCW is very short. So I have to get out of the gym. Any other time than that, call me, text me. That's why I gave you guys my cell phone number. But please just, again, issues are going to come up. I've been a parent sitting in the stands and you don't like the way that, I yelled at the ref or you thought that your daughter should have played more. I get it. I understand and I want to talk to you about that stuff, but not on game days. I need to focus, especially I'm doing 2 teams, I need to focus on the girls. All right, that's my main priority. There's 2 Instagram accounts on there. The first one, Coach D, WHCS, that's my personal Instagram. The second one, WHCS, Lady Bears, BB, that is our basketball Instagram account. If you're not on Instagram, don't go get on Instagram just because of this. If you are on Instagram, follow both these pages. Again, if you haven't figured out already, I over-communicate things. Being in youth ministry for a long time has taught me that there are some people, even if I give them 7 emails and text messages, they will never get the hint. And then there's other people like me that want all that. And then there's other people that just are sick of it all. Hopefully you're all somewhere in the middle. So that's why I do all this, right? So the Lady Bears Instagram, that'll be stuff about the team, motivational stuff for the girls, maybe some videos that I'll post, updates on practice, stuff like that. I started a Facebook group specifically for our basketball program. All right. Again, We have a YouTube page, so I'll get to that in a second. I'll post the links to the YouTube page on there if you have questions, again, updates, and it becomes redundant. If you don't want all of this, don't subscribe to all of it. Okay, I'm just giving you options. YouTube page, I will be posting game film, and again, some of that we might do as a team. We might sit and have a watch party. But the game film will be on there. It's something that is a little weird at first if you've never done it, but you can sit and watch yourself or your teammate or who we're playing next or what we did against them last time. Or there's a lot of reasons to watch game film. But the game film will be on there. As we get into coaching clinics, we have some coaches, college coaches that are going to be coming to our gym at CCW, to do clinics. As long as they're okay with it, I'm going to record that, put it on our YouTube page. That way we can go back and watch it, right? And then the last one, again, you don't have to do it, just offering another option. It's a Remind app. We do it for cheerleading. I know the school has a page as well. If you text that AA2K88 to that number, you will get a text message and it'll set you up, or come to me and I'll show you how to do it. That's going to be mostly for quick changes. Once the season starts, when we're headed back, hey, our ETA is 8 o'clock at the school. Practice canceled today, or hey, practice tomorrow. So that's what that'll be for. Again, I know some of that is a lot. Some of you are not going to sign up for all of that. I hope that all of you will sign up for at least one thing. But just that way I can communicate with you a lot easier. Parent requirements. What I'm going to ask from you, besides to be involved with your student. Every game, we need somebody to sit on the stage with, if you've never been to CCW, there's a gym and then there's a stage on the west side. We are going to ask that a parent sit up there this year and kind of be a monitor. There's no other way to put it. The church, we actually have put a barricade up so they cannot go into our sound system. But I can remember coming in last year and stuff was all messed up. I mean, we have, I don't know how many tens of thousands of dollars of sound and musical equipment up on that stage. So we're just going to ask that somebody sit up there and kind of supervise. We need someone to be at the door every game to take tickets, to work the door, and then we need someone in concessions. We're asking that everyone do at least 2 games, right, throughout the year. And that's us and the guys. So but I need everybody in here to commit to do at least 2 games throughout the entire year. We have 8 home games, I think. The other thing that I'm going to ask, and this is new as far as I can understand here, during halftime of our games, I'm asking if someone, and again, if we want to do a sign-up sheet, if we want to do a team mom and distribute this, I don't care how we do it, but I want some kind of like orange slices for halftime for the girls. Just something for some energy. You know, I don't want candy bars, I don't want the Gatorade bars, and we'll get into that in a second, but just, you know, orange slices are quick, they're easy, just bring a tray or a bag, and again, how we do that, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It's just something to help the girls keep their energy up, because they're running 38 minutes or so. Something else that we implemented during volleyball season, which I think was my idea, but it doesn't matter. At the away games, if you do not drive your child there, but you're going to drive them home, I need you to sign out with me. All right? So if we drive them on the church van, or if they carpool with somebody else, but then you show up at the game, which I hope you guys will come to all of our games, but you're taking them home, I need you to sign them out, just so when we get back in the van and I'm doing the head count, I don't have to run back in the gym to find little Janie, who we realize half hour later went home with mom and dad. All right, so that's just to help all of us. It's a safety thing. 3 more things, and then I'll open up the questions. This is probably the least fun thing I have to do, money. Right, this does cost money. I am sorry, did not hit the Powerball, whatever it was. If I did, we wouldn't be having this conversation. So two things for this year. $40 sports fee, okay? That's everybody across the board due December 1st. That does not come to me, that goes to the office, and I don't know how you pay that because that's above my pay grade. But $40 sports fee. If there's an issue, come talk to me or talk to Coach Malloy. The other thing, which is really cool, and I'm really excited, and we're doing this, guys and girls, we are offering a fan cloth, not fan cloth, but a sports package this year. We get a set of shorts, a t-shirt, a practice long sleeve shirt, and a hoodie. But they will be, as far as I know, it will be dress code approved. So they will be practice shorts, it will be a practice t-shirt, and then a long sleeve game day warm up, and then a hoodie. From you guys, that's $30. Which we are really excited, as the coaches, we've been talking about it, we've been coming up with some cool designs. That is due at the next parent meeting. Yes, I need to have another meeting with you guys. November 16th. And that is just for people that make the team. And again, that is to go over some of what we're looking at, who's on JV, who's on varsity, whatnot. That'll be November 16th. That's also not on this list because we just said that today, 4:45. Again, I'll disseminate that. So, again, that's $30. If that's an issue, if you have a problem with that, come talk to me. We don't want anyone to go without because that would look kind of silly if, 10 girls are on the floor with a warm-up shirt and then there's one who's not. Cool. I know that was a lot, guys. Thank you for your patience. Do you have any questions for me?
When people make the team, are you going to pass out a sign-up thing so for the volunteers and for the
Yes, speaking of sign up,
so we know?
ask you guys to sign in. Yes, there will be. If you could just pass that around. I should have done that at the beginning. Yes. There will be a volunteer parent sign-up sheet once we, and that will be handled at the next meeting on the 16th. But that way we will have. The other thing is game schedule. We don't have our game schedule yet, and that is not our fault. Something with the league is going on. Coach Malloy is going tonight to the league meeting. Then we will get our game schedule. So I can't even give that to you guys. But again, once we get that, we will disseminate that to you. Anything else? Yes.
Tryouts are the 5th through the 9th, and then we find out on that following Tuesday.
You will find out at least by Friday or Saturday. I have a calendar right here. So, this all depends on how many people we have show up, how quickly us as coaches can get our heads together. There will be a couple round of cuts. Again, I hate to use the word cut, but not everybody. Some people might not make it. As of right now, through My Schoolworks, it'll go out through My Schoolworks on what? Text. Yes. That's all new to me. So that'll go out sometime over the weekend of the 10th and 11th. And then the sooner the better, I know for planning purposes. And then practices. So, yes. But so there will be probably 2 rounds of cuts, probably the first 2 days and the second 2 days with, depending on ability, depending on the sheer numbers, we might do a 3rd round of cuts, but that would be before the parent meeting. Any other questions? Anything I didn't cover?
How many players are you going to have on each team?
402. I don't know. Let's have me come out to tryouts. I really don't know. Theoretically, we only have a certain number of jerseys, which I am fighting that too. But, fundraising. You talking about that or what are we talking about? Okay. So to answer the question, Phil, honestly, I really don't know yet. There is a certain number that, my philosophy is I don't want less than 8 per team because this is basketball. We run the entire game. So anything less than 8 is just almost impossible. And I don't want to do that to the girls. If we only have 5 show up, we'll have to look at that. I don't want to discourage any of the girls from playing, but at the same time, that's not fair to them to run, say, 16 games, 20 with the tournament, to have them run, and then if somebody gets hurt. I don't want more than 12 because then it just becomes people sitting on the bench for no reason. So that's kind of where that is. Any other questions for me? And again, I'll be here. I got my daughter's in cheer for another 45 minutes, so I got nothing to do. So
What's the ages for JV versus varsity?
she can answer that because I have no idea.
And that's the same rule applies now too, that you can't play JV and varsity
Yes.
anymore, right? It's done, okay.
Yeah, you can. Go ahead. That's what's.
Okay, so yeah, I want to talk to you guys about the conference changes because it is brand new this year from past years. So in past years, we had JV and varsity, and as long as you were under the age of 15, you could play on both teams if the coach wanted you to. But as of this year, you can only play on one team. So your student will either be on the JV team or on the varsity. To be on JV, you have to be age 11 by September 1st of 2018 and have to be or under the age of 15 as of September 1st, 2018. So there's no more of playing for both JV and varsity. You'll be either or. Okay? Any questions about that? And that will be Coach Dale's call on which team you fall on. Okay? We are also doing fundraisers this year. So your team will do at least one collection fundraiser. We also have like the Five Below fundraisers. We have the Chipotle fundraisers. Those we don't need your help for, although we'd like your support. But we're planning on Sam's Club and Publix collections, which you will be required to help out with. We'll have a schedule for you, but everyone is required to come and help. And just to clear up the tryouts, like what you were just talking about, so first cut will be on that Friday after the 5th, and you'll find out that weekend if your student made it through the first cut. Then if Coach Dale needs to do a second cut that second weekend after the 12th, he will, but he may not. He may see what he wants and keep it that way. Okay, if that's it, I think we can close, and like Coach said, he'll be hanging around for a little bit. If you have any other questions or you just want to get to know him a little better, talk to him one-on-one. Good? All right, we're going to close in a word of prayer. Okay, guys? Father, thank you for this time we had together to come and just see what the vision is for this girls basketball program. I'm thankful for Coach Dale and Brian Honey for being willing to put their time and invest it into our students here. We just ask that you oversee everything we do here, and we just acknowledge your presence, Father, and we just thank you for this time, and we just ask these things in your name. Amen. Thanks, guys.